Me, woo, 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 woo. Just kidding, guys. What is up? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess Shop. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're doing a what's sold. Sales are back. I'm in a good mood. It just makes me feel better when sales are going really well. We're gonna do sales for the last 13 days. Unfortunately, I couldn't wait one more day to record this video, so we're just gonna be one day short of 2 weeks, but that's fine. Still gonna calculate everything down. Today's video, we're gonna go over all the sales over $40 on Poshmark Canada and Poshmark US, and there's lots of sales on both. Like, both closets are doing so well, and when I convert them into the same currency, my US closet is outperforming. That's awesome. So I'm just really excited. We're gonna go over all the data, analytics, my insights, everything I want to share with you guys after. So let's just jump right into this. First item that we have, and we're going to do Poshmark Canada first, is a Lululemon men's metal vent tech half zip. This was in a size XL, sold for $52. I am trying to only source men's tops that I think will sell for over $50 because my cost of goods is usually around $20 on these items. My earnings on this were $37.64. I really only made like $17. I will not pay more than $20 for these anymore because they just don't do as well as they used to. Next up is a pair of Lululemon on the fly crop pants. These were in a size 10. They sold for $53. I feel like this is one of my top selling styles for Lululemon pants. I mean, I think I flip a lot of leggings, but every time I find on the fly pants, they sell really quickly, like within a week or two, especially when they're in the bigger sizes. So to me, it's like a bolo style, and they're no longer making these pants, so I think it makes them just a little bit more special as well. Next up, we have a Free People Serious Plaid Mixed Denim Jacket. It was in a size large. This sold for $75. This was a really quick flip. And I don't know if you guys remember, I was talking about this in the haul where my family was making fun of me about this jacket. And I was like, no, it's like legit. Like, this is a cool jacket. Anyways, sold really quick. That was within a couple days of getting listed. Lots of actually quick sales in here. Next up is a pair of Lululemon refreshed routine joggers, size 10. These sold for $62. Jogger style, definitely going strong right now this fall. So I think if you have anything in a jogger, any brand, I would probably try and prioritize them out of your death pile, aka money pile, and get them listed because people seem to be buying this style based on my sales. I mean, we're only looking at my data here, but I would say I have a pretty good, I like to say, thumb on the market, knowing what people are looking for and what is selling. That was also a quick sale. I only had those listed for a couple days. Next is a Free People Ottoman slouchy tunic top, size large, sold for $81. This was a fantastic top. I love that it was a bigger size. It was also like the brightest bubblegum pink, which I think was just like icing on the cake, chef's kiss, you could say. And I did list it high, but knew that I would accept reasonable offers. So that was another pretty quick sale within a week. I think Free People Ottoman sweaters, here's my tip. Make sure it's not shrunken. I don't know what it is about that material, but I have passed probably 4 of them in the last month because they were not the correct size. So if you are unsure, take a look at a stock photo, know how it's supposed to fit, hold it up. If this item was on a size small, would it fit oversized? If not, it's shrunk. And if you cannot tell that difference, you need to put more practice in. That is something that I think most of us should be able to tell when we're outsourcing is look at a stock photo. How is this item supposed to look when it's being worn? And if this item was put on someone the same size as the item you're trying to sell, this is so wordy, it should look the same. If it doesn't, it's shrunk. Don't pick it up, okay? Like, my recommendation, just don't pick it up. Okay, that was kind of soapbox-ish. I'm sorry, guys. It's just a pet peeve of mine when I see like majorly shrunken items or like disformed items and people are trying to sell them, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? Anyways, okay, next item is a Lululemon Define jacket. This was a full zip, size 8, sold for $61. Define jackets are on trend. let me say this again, Define jackets are on trend. If you come across them, no matter the age, I would pick them up. I would pick them up regardless of color right now, as long as they are in good condition. That's my only rule, is that they have to be in good condition. I will pick them up in any color. I will pick them up in any size. They sell really well. And then I would list them high and accept reasonable offers. So this is a fantastic sale for $61. Next up is a Lululemon Contempo jacket, size small, sold for $47. This is a jacket very similar to the Define, but an older style. Really cool colorway. I think it's a really cool colorway, and it held a good value. So that's what I mean. Like, take chances on their fitted jackets as long as the item is in good condition. And it doesn't have any, like, I don't know. For me, I think why I wouldn't pick it up is if it had some of the weird striping that some of their stuff did probably around 2010, or if it has kind of like those ruffle hems, and I think that was also around the 2010 era. Those I would probably not pick up, but depending on color, like, there's just so many factors, guys. I do my best to teach you like all the factors that I'm looking for, but there's also like little rules for each one. So let's just set a rule. Define jackets, if you're picking them up for a good price to me would be under $20. I would grab it. If it's a newer style, I would probably pay like $25 for them, to be honest. Next up is a Wilfred Lauren sweater. This was a turtleneck, super, super soft. I feel like it had alpaca in it, maybe. Size medium, sold for $43. This was listed less than a day. So those Wilfred and Babaton sweaters, people are looking for them right now, especially soft knits, oversized crops. There's like certain colors. I definitely favor more neutral tones, jewel tones, and like pastels, but I think a lot of different colors would sell. It's just different shoppers for each colors. But yeah, I'm searching for sweaters pretty hard right now. Next up is a Free People Molly cable cardigan, size medium. This sold for $69. These sweaters are kind of a bolo. Every time I get one, it seems to sell really quickly. I think this is probably the third one I've sold so far. I may have sold one on eBay as well last winter, but they just do really well. I think they're a nice color, a nice fit. They're very soft, and they just look really good. Kind of a classic style and cut. Next up is a pair of Keen Elsa waterproof winter boots, size 8. These sold for $60. Char Shines gave me a love note. Fast shipping, very fast shipping actually. Product was in excellent shape. Thanks so much. You are welcome. Those were awesome boots. I had those in a death pile, and I think they were listed this summer. So just have been waiting for fall for people to start shopping for these types of items. Next is a Babaton Dominic open front blazer, size 10. This one sold for $68. I do think that if this would have been a little bit of a newer style, I would have got more money for it, but just still being a Babaton blazer, they just hold good value, and I don't think I would go less than $65 on a sale. And if it was the newer style, like the power hip, I would want around $100. They are retailing in store for $198 right now, and they are a high demand blazer, especially in like a bigger size. So yeah, not too bad on the price, but if this would have been a newer style, I think it would have got more money. Next up is a pair of Patagonia hiking pants. These were a straight leg, size 6. They sold for $46. They were listed less than a day, which I don't know. I don't always have a lot of luck on the quick sales for Patagonia. These ones, maybe the size, the color, where it's in fall, people are looking for hiking pants if they're trying to get outdoors this fall. And I think that if you have any like Gorp Core stuff, which is like hiking outdoors, I would probably try and prioritize listing those right now, because lots of people are shifting from summer activities to like fall outdoor activities, which is like hiking, walking, I don't know. What else do people do in fall? Fishing? I don't know. I feel like hiking is a spring and fall activity because sometimes it's just too hot in summer to do it. Next is a Wilfred Essential chenille sweater. This was in like a powder blue, size medium, gorgeous sweater, sold for $45. I had this for Emika. I think she wore it once or twice last winter and just said that she wasn't going to wear it this winter. So that was nice to be able to sell it and make some money off of it. Next is a pair of Clark's Majorca Isle boots. These were a suede leather, size 6. They sold for $56. Clark's is one of those brands that, for me, if it's a substantial boot or shoe, I will pick it up. But I think boots I'm pretty forgiving on, but shoes, I definitely have some factors that I would be looking for. These boots I've had, they were from the death pile. I think these were listed in summer with everything else, but I'm always looking for Clark boots for sure. Love the brand, holds a pretty good resale value. Next up is a made in Italy linen top. It had like bat wing sleeves, size large. This sold for $42. I think this is one of the last of my linen pieces from summer. I don't have too many. I'm always looking for them, but I just haven't been finding very much of them lately. So yeah, linen, 100% cotton, tencel, those are all bamboo, flax, those are all material contents that I will pick up year round. They don't get like a crazy dollar for them, but I feel like they do pretty good. And for a top like this, I probably paid $5 to $7 for it, and my earnings were $29. So that's a pretty good return on a small piece. Next up is a Free People Diamonds Are Forever dress, size small, sold for $64. I've had this one for a couple months, but I definitely feel like it's a fall winter piece, and I'm pretty sure I listed it in spring because everyone's like, mermaid is trending, right? And it's going to be like metallics and metallic this summer. No, it didn't sell this summer, and maybe because it was a long sleeve. I'm not really sure. We got a couple more and then we'll go into Posh US. Next is a Wilfred Sardo sweater. It had a scalloped bottom, crop fit, size small. This sold for $40. I've only had this listed for a couple maybe like 2 weeks. There's been quite a bit of interest on both closets for this item. So I think if I could find similar ones, I would still pick them up. Even though it's an older style, I think it's just a really cute fall piece. And timeless. It's just kind of a timeless one. Next is a Babaton pair of Dexter crop jogger pants, size 4. These sold for $50. Nice quick sale. These were only listed a couple days. And then the last sale on Canada is a Fossil vintage leather flat purse, and this sold for $98. I've had this purse for a while. I just listed it probably like a month or two ago, and I'm very happy with how much this sold for. That's like probably my most favorite sale out of the week. On the Canadian side, I have a favorite sale on the American side. All right, I'm going to log into my US account now. Also, I know it's a very highly requested video for how to sell across the border, and I tried to get it recorded last week before I went to Winnipeg, but I was just too tight for time and I couldn't squeeze it in. So I'm hoping either this week or early next week to get that recorded. So I promise it's coming out soon. It's just hard for me to squeeze in some of these prepared videos. They take just a little bit more time to do, but yeah, okay, I promise it's coming out. Let's go into these US sales, and there's some really good ones. I can't wait to go over my ASP on my Canadian closet and the ASP on my US closet, because the ASP on my US closet is really good, and you guys are going to see that in this video today. All right, first up, we have a Lululemon hoodie jacket, size 10. This was like a half zip, older style, but it sold for $36, and I picked this up for like $7. Pretty sure the thrift store missed this one. So, and it sold within a week, like a really quick sale. Next is a Lululemon scuba oversized full zip sweater, size large. This sold for $54. We just had this in a haul not too long ago. Okay, I am picking up scubas. Like, I am fully committed to picking up scubas right now, as long as they're in good condition. Check the cuffs and make sure the waist isn't all stretched out. There's no fraying, there's no stains. I am picking them up because I'm seeing more and more sales of these, even though they're not the newer style. I mean, this was such a cool one because it was tan. It's a neutral color. Who wouldn't want this sweater? I knew it was going to be a quick sale. Like, hands down, knew this was going to sell quick, and very excited about that one. Next is a pair of a Goldie mid-rise loose 90s jeans. These were in a size 28. They sold for $100. I've had these for a couple of months. I don't know why, but my loose 90s aren't selling the way they were. Yeah, I don't know. I expected those to sell quicker, and because they were a size 28, but not a very quick sale. This next one was a very quick sale, and it was the Lululemon Repel Shell long jacket. It was a full zips trench coat, size 12, and it sold for $180. I don't know if you guys remember, but I sourced this maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was going to keep it for myself, list it high, and if it sold, I mean, it sold, but I was hoping to wear this through the winter when we had events to go to for Jeff's work. But yeah, it sold, and I couldn't even turn it down. So let's break this down. I paid $98 for it Canadian, and which is about $65 US, and my earnings are $144 US. So I made pretty good money on this. What would it be, 80 bucks? And it sold in 2 days. And I think it actually almost sold on the Canadian side as well, but I changed the size and deactivated it right away because someone had already added in their bundle, and I think they had sent me an offer like this. I wasn't expecting it to sell this quickly, but yeah, that was a really good flip. Happy I took a chance on it. But of course, when you decide you're going to keep something for yourself, it always sells quickly, never fails. I need to just like say all the expensive things, not even my shoe size. I'm like, I'm keeping this. Hopefully it sells for $150. Just gonna say I'm keeping this, even if it's not my size, just throwing it out there so that they'll sell quicker. Jokes, all jokes, guys. Next is a bolo, and you guys should be keeping your eyes out for this. 7 for All Mankind Dojo flared jeans. These were medium low rise and the blue wash and size 27. They sold for $73. If I come across dojos, I am grabbing them. I'm always grabbing them. They just do really well. I wasn't expecting $73. I was kind of expecting a little bit less than that, but I am taking it because yeah, that's just a really good sale. And I grabbed those at the thrift. Next is an Isabel Marant Etoile Momo striped buccal knit tweed jacket, size small. It sold for $62. Sorry, I had to read that keyword stuff title. That was awesome. Yeah, and it sold for $62. These jackets are worth a lot more money. This definitely was an older style. I picked it up for like $15 locally, so it was a pretty good sale for me, especially with the conversion with the US dollars to the Canadian dollars. And I've never sold this brand. I think this was the first time I found it. It's on my radar. I don't expect to find it often, but a good brand. Next is a Lululemon Cross Chill jacket, deep ruby color and size 4. This sold for $73. Pretty quick sale, listed a couple weeks. Lululemon, I mean, it's my top selling brand. I'm sorry if it seems boring sometimes with all the Lulu I talk about, but it literally is my best selling brand, hands down. Next is a pair of Charlotte Olympia leopard print calf hair ankle pumps. These were in a size 9 and they sold for $81. This is a really cool designer, and I learned about her through listing these, and they retail for hundreds of dollars. Like, I feel like these retailed for close to $500 Canadian. They're really nice. They're quirky. They're definitely kind of like goth tone, maybe like Doll's Kill style, but so gorgeous her pieces. Yeah, just such a cool designer. Next is a pair of Wilfred taupe faux leather leggings, size medium. They sold for $53. Their faux leather leggings are still being sold this year on the website. I feel like the Melina pant is kind of trending out of style, so I would still pick up Melina pants. I think if I paid under $25, I don't even know, because they're not even really selling for like $50 or $60. I would pick up Melina pants if they were under $15. For these taupe leather leggings, I'm hoping to pay under $15 as well. I was expecting between $45 and $50. They don't fetch like a whole lot of money, but they always sell really quickly for me. Next is a North Face rain jacket. It was belted, size XL, sold for $50. That was a pretty recent find, and I did thrift this specifically for my US closet. I feel like North Face does really well on the US side. Canadian side is like hit and miss. Next is a pair of Lululemon 2021 Align shorts. These were a size 14. Love the color. This is like my favorite color to find of Lululemon. It always does really well. I did sit on these for a while. I don't know if it was that they were a size 14. I also had them priced higher, but I knew that they were like kind of a bolo style. So I stuck to it. 40 bucks. I'm good with that. Next is a Lululemon scuba hoodie in like a deep purple color, size 10. This sold for $47. I think I listed like 4 scubas recently, and 2 of them have sold in this video. So I got 2 more right now, but they're a little bit of a smaller size. I think they're more like size 4, maybe 2 and 4. So I'm probably gonna sit on those ones a little bit longer. Next up is a vintage wool blend dad v-neck sweater XL. I feel like this is my first dad or grandpa style sweater that I've sold in my US closet, and it sold for $55. So that's exciting. I feel like these sweaters are holding the value in the US. I'm also going to go through my Canadian closet and make sure any sweaters that I had from previous years has been cross-listed over to my US closet. I thought that I had gotten everything cross-listed, but I don't think everything is. So I'm going to have to go a little bit closer, kind of nitpicking through to make sure, because I will take these $55 sales every single day. Next is a pair of Aloe yoga high-rise or high-waisted leggings. These were in like a light sage green color, size large, sold for $42. Not too shabby. I've had these ones a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to continue to pick up aloes unless they're like a really current style. I might not pick them up as much. I do pay like $15 to $20 sometimes for them, but they're just not holding the same value unless they are a very current style. Next up is a Free People One Scout jacket. I didn't know that this was a bolo. I just thrifted this, sold within a day. It's like a waffle knit button down, size medium. This sold for $60. Very happy with it. I actually got an offer on my Canadian closet before I deactivated it, and it was probably like, I think it was probably about $75 or $80. But with the exchange rate, it was apples and oranges. I had already sold it to this person, so I ended up just changing the size and deactivating it on my Canadian side. But it would have sold in both closets same day if I hadn't have done that. So definitely a bolo style, and maybe even the color making it a bolo. Okay, 2 more items on Posh US. We got an Ula Johnson Samara tie-dye puff sleeve mini dress. This was a size 2, sold for $120. Fantastic dress. With my exchange rate, I'm going to make decent money on it. I'm pretty sure I paid upwards of $70 to $75 Canadian, but that's probably equivalent to more like $55 US. So I'm going to make at least $50 on this dress, which I'm happy with, and flipped within probably a month. And then the last item that just sold before I hit record and I added it into this video is a pair of Merle Tetra strap waterproof leather boots. These were in a size 6.5, and they sold for $50. Not too bad. Oh my gosh, there's so many great sales here. I don't have any sales on any other platforms. I think I have 1 or 2 kind of cash sales of local people. I don't have them recorded in here. So that's what we got for online sales in the last 13 days. Now I'm going to get centered here. Let's dive into the data and analytics. This is my favorite part because this is kind of where it breaks down what actually has been happening in the last 2 weeks. So this is data for the last 13 days, September 22nd until October 4th. On Poshmark Canada, I sold $1,409, worth of items. These are gross sale numbers before commissions, shipping discounts, yeah, that kind of stuff. And then on my US closet, I sold $1,287 US, and that converted into $1,737 Canadian. I'm so happy about that. That is $300 more than my Canadian closet, so not too bad. No money on eBay. I have sent out a ton of offers. I have not cross-listed any new stuff over there, so I need to do that. I'm hoping this weekend we're heading out west and I'll have about 16 hours worth of driving over the weekend. I'm hoping to do that and get some stuff cross-listed over there. So the grand total between both platforms in Canadian dollars is $3,146. In USD, that converts to $2,045. I know this is like a lot of numbers and money being thrown out, but I'm going to do my best to give you the big numbers in Canadian dollars and US dollars so that you can kind of compare apples and oranges to the currency that you're using, because there is quite a difference right now. It's $1.35. Actually, I think it trades at $1.36, but I do most of my calculations at $1.35 right now. All right, so I went one step further and broke it down by the day, and that averaged out to $242 a day over the last 13 days. I'm so excited about that. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see it obviously keep climbing, and I think it's possible. So I'm just going to have to keep working on my business. But these are really good numbers, and I'm definitely seeing sales increase from the summer. I sold a total of 48 items online. The ASP for my Canadian closet is $49 an item, but my US closet is $65 US per item. Like I did the data for just my Canadian closet numbers and then for my US ones, but for my US closet to be at $65 an item as an average, like that's so good. Like I'm excited about it. I'm definitely learning what sells well over there and what's fetching me the most money. And I guess you can tell that just by going through my sales with me and checking out what's selling and what's selling for over $40. I did have some really high ticket sales like that Lulu jacket, that Ula dress, and I feel like that has had an impact on my ASP, obviously. But if I could have a couple of those items, every 2 weeks selling, it has a pretty big impact on my sales. So yeah, rising ASP, not a bad problem to have at this point. My top brands, Lululemon is my top selling brand for sure. Both closets seems to be what everyone is looking for in the secondhand market. My next would be Aritzia, and actually on both sides, like my Aritzia items do fairly well on the US side as well. I'm excited about that. I think US buyers are opening up. They're starting to get stores in the major cities, and that definitely has an impact on the brands that people will be looking for. And I'm just going to be the dealer. I'm the Aritzia dealer in the US. I'm okay with that. For my Canadian closet, Anthro and Free People definitely stands out. I do see the odd sale on the US side, and I've had some nice dollar sales on the US side for these, but the sales are definitely more consistent on the Canadian side. And also, I think something nice is that there's a lot of micro sales kind of happening in my closet. So maybe these brands aren't ranking as like top selling brands, but lots of different brands are starting to sprinkle into my sales, which I think just helps you guys out when you're outsourcing, and things to look for, styles to look for, right? Okay. And I also added that it's nice selling on both sides of the border, because I think it gives my data and my sales just more diversity. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I actually have content for my US viewers now. I have US sales. So like no one can be like, yeah, but you're a Canadian closet. No, I now have US data. And yeah, that makes me excited. Okay, fun fact. I feel like this needs to be stated out loud. I still am not a Posh ambassador on my US closet, and it's a new closet. It's only a few months old. I will never hit it because of my ship times. Yeah, my ship time is sitting at 5 days right now. and I have been messaging people. So when I ship out the item with my cross-border courier, I have been sending a message to everyone. I created a keyboard shortcut, and it just says like, hey, thank you for your purchase. Basically, you know, I'm a Canadian seller. Your item should pop up shipping or tracking within a day or two. And usually it does. And everyone's been really good about that. They are getting good responses. Thanks for letting me know. It's been well accepted by buyers. So that makes me happy. What else? Oh, the other thing I wanted to say about that is that I think it really hit home for me that you don't need to be a Posh ambassador to get more sales. So if you feel like, you know, it's gonna be really hard for you to get Posh ambassador, I don't think you need it to make sales. You just have to work on what is selling right now, what are buyers looking for, what is trending, and if you can focus on trying to source those items, I think you can make sales regardless whether you're a Posh ambassador or not. I think the only other thing that I have that's maybe like a, you know, a foot up on people, and it would only be on some people, but I know most of you guys are using automation, and I'm using automation on both closets. I think that if you're trying to make a business out of this, it's almost a necessity. Like you could go without using it, but you're going to spend a lot of time on your phone. And yeah, I highly recommend Posh Sidekick. I am an affiliate of them. I have a link down below, but that's the one I've been using since last winter now. Oh my gosh, it's been so long, I feel like. And I got no issues. I love them. I love their app, and yeah, good stuff is coming out of there. Okay, trends for sales. So 78% of my sales in the US are from offers to likes. Someone likes an item, I send them an offer. There is still bantering within that, but that tends to be how majority of my sales are made. And it seems to work the best for my business model and my pricing strategy. So currently I am priced to give a discount. My starting discount that I have my automation set at is 20%. And then the max discount I am currently giving out is 30% on my items. Sales are starting to pick up, and I'm finding success with this pricing and discount strategy. So I'm going to continue using it. I will use something until it no longer works, and then I will switch my strategy. So if at some point my sales start to dip, I'll just reevaluate how I'm pricing and discounting things. But right now it's working really well. All right. Sales goals, and you better share yours too, because I want to hear what you guys are working towards as well. So my sales goals for the next 2 weeks are going to be just hitting my listing goal. My listing goal is 50 items a week. I'm struggling, guys. Like some weeks I'm good and some weeks not so much. I did calculate my sales for the entire month of September up until the 29th. So short, 1 day. I'm editing right now, and I just realized I messed up that number. So I listed 147 items the month of September up to that day and sold 110 items. My sell-through rate was 75% combined between all platforms, which is pretty good. Like that's getting better. For a while there, it was like below 50%. Like sales were just so slow. My total gross sales were $7,262 Canadian for the month of September, which worked out to be about $1,815 a week. So close to my $2,000 goal that I set earlier. And I feel like if I would have listed the 200 items in the month, so my 50 items a week, I would have surpassed my 2K a week goal. It's possible. It's totally possible. To me, it just works down to getting the inventory listed to make the sales. So yeah, that's my goal. 50 items a week. That's the only goal I have right now. And if I make that goal, I will reach the other goals in my business. So I'd love to know, do you have a listing goal for the week? Do you have a listing goal for the month? Typically, I work on a week-to-week basis when it comes to my goals, although they tend to reflect what my overall goal is for the month or for the quarter or for the year. I will usually just calculate the year and then break it down, but I don't think that's the right way because some months are different, some seasons are different for how many items I sell, but that's kind of what I did at the beginning of the year. So yeah, I'd love to hear what your goals are and how can I support you in reaching those goals. All right, guys, this video is long enough. We're just over 30 minutes. I hope it helps you in your reselling business. Honestly, if these videos help you, please give me a thumbs up. It is an absolutely free way to help me out and to push my videos out into the YouTube universe. And also make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. All right, let's pull out the magic fingers. I'm sending you guys lots of sales, so many sales, and I will see you next time. Bye.